And another one falls. Welcome, this is Daily 75 Games. You're watching another Project 1999 EverQuest video, and I am playing as Sarkis, my shaman. He's level 43, soon to be 44. 84% in. I've been using my pet a lot more in this really good little dwarf killing spot. Doing the same thing that I'm not sure when I put out the video, it might have been like 4 or 5 months back about me being here. I got to level 43 doing this. And I don't need to canny right now, but oh well. I could just attack this guy straight on. Let's put another chloro on me. So yeah, I think it was a week ago I got to 35%, and today I'm up to 84%. If I had the time to do this, yeah, I'd be like 60 a long time ago. But unfortunately I don't, and my pet is really weakened. That last guy really took a lot out of him, so I'll just wait for my pet's health to go up. What I've been doing is I've been using slow, in this case Togor's insects, to slow him down, slow his melee attack. And I only have to put on one venomous snake and one scourge, and my pet, I actually think this is a weaker pet. I'm not doing as good as I was earlier today. This might be a level or two below the normal one. I can't tell, they're all green to me, so nothing I can do about that. I'm losing my sow. So yeah, I've been here about 4 hours. I got 43%, I think. It's not too bad soloing, especially when I've been cruising the internet, looking at news and listening to other stuff in between. I mean, these guys spawn every 6 minutes, so it's not like I have all the time in the world. And it's about 1% each kill. If it had been tomorrow evening, today's Thursday, tomorrow evening would be Friday evening when the XP bonus comes out, double XP weekend. Celebrating 6 years of Project 1999, and there's a lot of other things that have come about with, it says that with the latest patch that they're up to, I think he's good now with his health, up to 2001. Putting slow on him. It's only been resisted once. Actually, all my other spells have only been resisted once today. Just one venomous snake, so it resists aren't too bad. Maybe because I hit 43. I remember with 42, probably every third or fourth guy. This one was, oh, this was the second one of the day, and Instill is one of them. But they're slowed. And I find that they really don't do much damage to me or my pet. It allows my pet to act as the primary dot throughout the entire fight. And this one isn't doing as good as one earlier. And I can even just cast spells through it. He'll hit me once in a while, but it's just barely any damage compared to what I would normally take. That one's interrupted. Normally I just instill him and then move back. He's only hit me the once. See, it's a lot of times I'm not even getting interrupted, I'm not getting hit. It just seems like overall, I'm not sure what the overall slow is, but it just seems like they do less damage. But this guy's breaking and still left, right, and center. It's usually not that bad. So yeah, other things like you can put snare and root on. They both will stack with each other, whereas before, if I used root, that would tick off like the ranger or druid who put it on. They're like, no, it was snared. But it's good that they have both now. And that's also really good if, like you say, your unrest is a good example. If, as the healer, as a cleric or shaman or whoever, even a wizard, doesn't matter as long as you don't want to get attacked. You want it on the tank. So I would just root them and then move back, take a step back, and then they'll get on them. The party will get on them. So it won't break any snares that some people like to do. They can throw snare on at the same time before they even attack it. So I actually really like that improvement. I would get druids that would kind of get ticked off from me doing that before. Putting root on them and then backing away kind of ruins something. Or trying to stop a mob from getting away. Root, because they'll turn around. With root, they'll fight, right? So with snare, they don't. And snare actually, I think below 20%, they actually can't move. So snare is really good. Watching this Star Kelligand get killed. So I had an invitation to City of Mist, but it took me a long time to get out there, and by the time I get out there, I won't even have that much time. I don't have my 44 spells even. Oh, back. This is kind of a wimpy pet. I'm not happy with this one. But I'm doing it so the pet can survive, and I actually save a lot of mana doing that. See, without the pet, even with the pet, if I have to back him away when the guy's not slowed, I would have to throw on another of my primary dots, and at the end there'd still be like 18% hit points left over. So that just goes to show you what the pet can do if I only need to apply the 2 dots once each. You need to rest there, Garon. So 6 minutes. The XP actually comes okay. Last time I was here, I mean before a week ago, I'm talking like months back, it was a little annoying doing this. I had my 2 nephews watching me play, and they're like, when are you gonna get what the hell did they want me to put on? I think it was they wanted to play Minecraft, and I said no, I have to get like 20%, or I was trying to get up to 43, that's right. And I was like at 80%, so I'm like, no, you guys gotta wait, I gotta do this. So 2 hours later I finally got to it. But yeah, it's not bad. XP with Teryx was coming really well, even soloing. It was 1 to 2% of each kill. So I can imagine with double XP weekend. See, I just want Sargus to get 44. It's my immediate goal. I would love for Teryx, Shadow Knight, to get up to 40. So he's 38 now. 39, he gets his new spell set. And, I mean, the plan is once he gets up to 40, I'll start doing at least one of the Ixar Shadow Knight weapons quest. And I'll look into doing the one after that. That should bring me all the way up to the original, not Green Mist, but it would have been the top one, the top weapon level, the upgrade for Kunark. But with Velius, Green Mist Sword is supposedly out, I believe. And that's like epic weapon. I'm not sure what yet. I mean, it's pretty involved. Using Togors again, I don't need to do that. Wrong one. It's pretty involved. I'm not sure how much I have to do, but I'll do whatever I can. I'm sure some people have... Oh, you never know. You can't solo everything in this game, especially if the mob's over 50. Was it after 55, they just get really, really difficult. Each mob is like a boss of their own. They get... What do they get? They get all these powers. I read about in the wiki, like summoning, insta-heals, I don't know, a whole bunch of crap. I could be a little bit off there, but they get a lot of powers. And magic resist up the yin-yang. Kind of makes sense. If you're in your 50s and you're trying to solo 50 mobs, I can imagine that being a bit difficult. Even if you're 59. Just the nature of the game and the way the mechanics were made. Well, this pet is really not very good. Go attack. Yeah, attack yourself, Gran. I think I'm gonna get rid of him after this fight. Because, yeah, all the time I've spent here, no pet has been this weak. And I have buffed him up, so he's completely buffed up. He may not have quick. They may have expired. And of course the guy's on me again. Instill him and move on. Now I always go back around the area where my pet is, because if you're on the opposite side, quite often you have to keep on. Every pet class owner would know this. You have to pulling them back. Just once, one back, and then he's usually next to you this way. Because the guy will keep hitting him as he's trying to move by. Yeah, Togur's is worn off. Gran, you're just gonna have to die because you suck. Look, it's so close. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to die anyways. The fights before you were really easy. It's nice to be able to summon the spirit pouches, which weigh nothing, and everything inside is completely weightless. Although it's one of those summoning things, so when you log out, it disappears after 15 minutes. I have done that before. Had stuff I was going to sell. I almost did it earlier today when I had to go pick up my son from daycare. So yeah, I would have done this video earlier and would have had time. Well, I don't know about going to City of Mist today, but let's just take off. Go away. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of medding. Always takes a for buffing and medding. After I summon this Furious Strength, Health, Talisman. Let's keep it simple. These 3 buffs plus quickness. So you have to excuse me. I've not been feeling too well this week. Of course, my son always brings in germs from daycare. So he went. He started attending this new daycare after having a month and a half off. Probably about in September, yeah, like the first week of September, or September 10th, or whatever it was. And within a couple weeks, everybody in the house got sick. Because he's bringing all the, before that, it was like 2 months and no one was sick. This goes to show you what they bring back from daycare. Kabarer. Please be stronger than the last one. It's still green. They're all green at this level. I noticed, I'm not sure what level I hit, and then they are all green. It was nice when you could kind of tell what level they were when they were light blue still in the game, but that's gone now. I throw Furious Strength on myself, so I know when his buffs wear off. Also, so I can carry more loot once I run out of bag space. So did I give him Talisman? I don't think I did. He's healthy, yeah, so health was the last one. Rid of that, and that. Oops, I don't need that. What's wrong with me? Okay, Togur's in the... there. Nope, no. Scourge right here. Quickness at the bottom. So I like to save up, obviously, a little percentage before I take the plunge into fighting, just in case. I always have like a minimum health, hit points, and mana amount, just in case things go wrong. But it hasn't. Like, this has been a pretty easy level here. 42 was a little bit tougher. Just the resists were more. Get resisted more often. And, like, mine still wouldn't last. And even though the last couple fights haven't really showed how well Instill lasts. But it does last. Sometimes I just have to put one Instill on. He's good for the entire fight. So yeah, I would have made this earlier, but I've been sick and horrible cough, man, the last 2 days. I wanted to make videos Tuesday. Tuesday I wanted to, even though I was a little bit sick still. I felt well enough I could make them, but my voice was just god-awful. It would have been this hideous thing. And then the coughing just non-stop began on Wednesday and Thursday, so I kind of had to hold off on making videos. Coughing a little bit today, but no. Yesterday it was brutal, all day long. My throat was like so bad by the end of the day. Trying to take anything to stop the coughing. I have some Jamaican brandy from my father-in-law that he brought back from a trip from Jamaica, and it's where he's born. So brought me some Jamaica brandy. He swears it's the best kind of brandy, and it's good. It's good stuff. Just doesn't tend to last much longer than a few weeks in my home. I just take little bits. I'm not a big drinker myself. Little bits helps my throat. A little bit of burnage in my throat helps the coughing. And I should have been playing this game. I should have leveled him up, but I didn't. I have what did I get? It's Legend of Grimrock 2. I got that from off Steam. Been playing that the last 3 days. Chloroplast is going. Got pretty far into it. Now I find when I'm not feeling well, something like this, if it's just tedium, it kind of wears me down to the point I can't really do it for that long. But if my mind is actively engaged, like in Legend of Grimrock, trying to figure out all the puzzles and fight the monsters and stuff like that, where this is just ho-hum doing the same thing over and over again. Basically, the biggest thing is your patience, and that's pretty thin when I'm sick. So yeah, headaches, migraines haven't been an issue since a month back. So I've been pretty good. In that regard, I have a chiropractor working to try to get rid of my slouching neck. It shouldn't be slouching so far forward. But then I'm 39. I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. So 34 years sitting down. I'm a gamer. I've always been a gamer. Not a hardcore MMO player. At a couple points in my life I was. This game, that's kind of how the relationship I had with that girl back in 2000 ended. But, and then with WoW, I really got into it as well. I played so damn much. I was working tons at the time too. I just moved down to where I am now a couple years before, and I just was working, and I didn't really know anybody besides the crew I was working with, so I don't have close family nearby here. I do have family, but I'm not exactly close with them. Working tons, had WoW play for half an hour before I'd go to work, just to get in that time, and then play when I get home. So I actually got sick of it playing, so I literally was burned out. I stopped my subscription to them after maybe about a year. Played it so damn much. Got my level 60. Nothing like getting a level 60 in this game though. I'm talking too much. So did I hit him? I got Togers on him. He yawned, okay. I should be on the other side where Kibar is. Yeah, playing and... Jeez, I'm talking a lot here. My throat's... It's perfect fine. I feel fine. It's just getting a little phlegmy. Hate to say it, but that's exactly what's happening. But yeah, playing any game. And I get this from people a lot, like... whatever game. It's not just really this game so much. It's more the other games, like my single-player games, like Crusader Kings 2. I'll be playing it, and I'll have said I want to do this, then like 5 minutes later I've forgotten to do it. But seriously, it's not always easy to comment and play a game at the same time. I find, anyways. MMOs, I seem to have a lot of trouble with that. The other games, not so much. I think because it's all real time, I can't pause it. Like, if I could just hit spacebar and the whole world's frozen, then of course it's just really easy to get my thoughts going correctly. And so this is basically the only game on my channel that I do that, you know, I might slow down or stop talking while combat is going, just because I can't pause it. And just, it'd be the same thing when I used to talk on Vent or whatever else we were using, TeamSpeak, and I would just dip out for a minute or two. Or people would be calling my name Dalen, or whatever name I went by with whatever character I'm using. And I would say, I just need a minute, I'm busy. Like, you're so busy you can't talk? Yeah, I'm fighting. Especially with some of the more involved combats. It's in some of the games like Warhammer Online. Not PvP, like, I don't even think I could talk. There'd be a lot of cursing going on. Especially in Warhammer. I love that game. I also hate that game, Warhammer Online. Apparently somebody told me it's no more, it's gone. I may have mentioned this in previous videos. Somebody left a comment. And anybody could have seen that coming even 5 years ago. When the devs don't listen, and there's a lot of exploitation going on by the players against each other. For instance, anybody that's played it would know for the first half of 2000... Was it 2008 that it came out? Yeah. So, okay, so first half of 2009, just brutal. Or even longer. So say I'm in a building. There's 2 floors. This would be from Bright Wizards. I was usually a destruction player. And, what do they call it? I want to say Alliance. They're not Alliance. Jeez, I haven't played it since 2011. Order? Yeah, Order. Supposed good guys. And they would be on the 2nd level, and we'd be down in the basement or with the floor below them. They could hit through the frickin' floor with the Bright Wizards could hit with their AE spells, their PBAE, personal based area effect spells, go through the floor and hit people. Now, of course, it wasn't meant to do that. And there's another thing where they can literally spam their PBAE, and as it would multiple times a second it would go off. Now, if you can imagine the damage, something like that with any PBAE in this game, there's a few of them. I think Wizards have some. Shaman I don't think have any. No. Yeah, so, I mean, just imagine being able to spam it multiple times per second, and it has like, I'm not sure what the radius would be, 15, 20 feet, whatever that is. Just imagine what that would do if there's several of them leading an army. Bright Wizards are clothies. They're soft. Anybody in melee could destroy them given enough time, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So, one-on-one, I mean. So, imagine several of them leading an army because they have nothing to worry about. Of course, they have pocket healers backing them up. And they would just wipe out all opposition. And that was basically Order would just annihilate destruction over and over again. Especially people that capitalize on exploiting it. And it's not an exploit where they would say you can't do this. It's just they're exploiting an existing rule that allows you to do it. This went on for months, like 6 months. And when I first started playing early 2009, I kind of casually fiddled with it late 2008. First half of 2000... Actually, I played for most of 2009. But I just... I knew on the receiving end how bad it was. And when I saw them rushing ahead of the rest of their warband, it makes no sense for our clothies to be at the front in any PvP situation. But, of course, they can get away with it. So that basically... when the devs don't listen and people are complaining about stuff like that, those are two good examples. And it's from one class. I actually, I had a witch elf. I tailored her to specifically target these bloody Bright Wizards, disrupt their spells, and do a lot of damage to them. And, yeah, I'd always go after them. They'd be my first target. There's a few times where I was able to actually get them one-on-one out in the battlefield. And boy, did it ever feel like good payback. And they would be destroyed one-on-one. If I can get within range of them, like I would obviously go into stealth mode and get up behind them and backstab them and just work them down. They really couldn't do it. Even on this one time, one of these guys like in the guild that were they were elite. And I don't remember the name of the guild. They were elite. And they would have 2 groups. I think in each group you could have, was it 6? 5 or 6? I think it was... Okay, warband, 5 groups makes 30, so 6. Or is it 5 groups makes 40? It was either 6 or 8. I forget. I think it was 6. Yeah, it was 6. 6 in a group. They would have like 2, 3 groups, and they would practice. They'd only communicate over event. It would be like some kind of military group organization type thing. Total PvP guild that would... They just owned everybody. It didn't matter if a warband or 2 went up against them. They knew how to work them. And they made life miserable whenever they showed up. I say, but one of their leading guys, a Bright Wizard, I was actually able to... He actually attacked me. There was nobody else there, it was just him and just me. Attacked me within one of my camps. It was supposed to be like a safe place. Quotation, safe. And he moved up close enough where the guards wouldn't be able to touch him and started hitting me. I could have actually just run away. But I knew who he was, and I've run into him before as part of the Notorious Order Guild. So I actually went and charged into him with my Witch Elf. I didn't have the element of surprise, so it would have been even better. But in the end, he actually killed me with his dot, but I got him first. So he went down. They have some kind of fire dot that does a lot of damage. So I took him down. I actually felt pretty good about it because I wasn't like part of that Uber guild, and my realm rank wasn't seriously high enough. But I was able, with enough practice, like I would actually go and practice on greenies with my Witch Elf for sometimes a couple hours just to get down a new tactic to use against them. That's how committed I was at the time. Not just destroying Bright Wizards, but to killing Order players and being better PvPer. And Witch Elves had it. After couple nerfs, they were basically almost nerfed into the ground. Beforehand, before that, people were complaining how overpowered they are. So if you're going to nerf a class, you don't take it from overpowered to waste of time. There were times when I'd be running around trying to get around the back of a group, and I'd die just to the area effect spells, especially the PBAEs that the whatever casters I was up against would be hitting. So I guess I should have made a wider run, but it's hard when everyone's moving around and everything's so sporadic. So, I mean, you can easily get caught. And I'd be in stealth mode at that point, so they'd probably just see a witch elf die all of a sudden off to their left or right. It's really hard to get within range sometimes. You don't have these issues in the blue server here. I don't know what PvP issues, because this is a totally different game. It's a completely different game. I could not tell you what goes on in the red server. So this pet's doing a lot better. Now I'm half paying attention to the game too. So it just goes to show you that your pet, even though he's a greenie, if you weaken them enough with like whatever you're doing to them, throw on a dot, your couple dots, and throw on a slow spell, they can't really effectively fight off your pet like they normally do to them. So being a greenie, pretty sure next spell level will still be green. I think till the end of the game, the pets are green. Yeah, waste a lot of time talking. But they're also doing a temporary PvP server for people who may not know. And it's a permadeath server. So it's, I guess, just for what they call shits and giggles. Not the right spell. And you die. You die in PvP, you die for good. I have no idea if that counts for PvE. I don't know at all. But it's on, is his name Rogian? I guess he's like the head of the entire PvP, or sorry, Project 99 EverQuest. And, yeah, I'm not sure when it was, maybe a couple weeks back he put that post out. So that's coming, I'm not sure what the date that's coming, but it's only going to be out for, said 1, 2, 3 months. And then they're going to take it down. And they're going to give out, like, Hall of Fame awards for people who get the highest level or can survive the longest, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like fun, but I don't have time to do it. If I had all the time in the world, of course I'd be in there. Just to see what I can do. If I had all the time in the world, I'd probably have like every class up to level 60 by now, but I don't. So he's dotted, is he? Yeah, he's dotted all up. So it's a totally different game. You guys think, oh, you're not doing it right. Well, I'm commenting and I'm playing the game. It's not the same. I do have people. One of the guys says I have Alzheimer's. On Crusader Kings 2. This is when I'm playing, and this is months back, and I wasn't feeling very good when I was having those issues with migraines and stuff like that. And so I tried to put out the damn videos, and I told him, like, geez, man, I'm really not feeling good. I'm sorry that I'd forgotten, but it seriously is, it's really different trying to comment and play the game at the same time. And it took me quite a while to even feel comfortable. The first few months of, actually, for basically all of 2013, I was pretty nervous. Even a single-player game, doesn't matter if... What the hell? I instilled myself. Yeah, see, that different game, guys, different game. It's gone. That instill just didn't last very long. Oh, and my sow stayed. Oh, okay, I'm liking that. So it never said anything about keeping your speed bonus on top of being rooted. Actually, that's really handy because there's been times when I've actually died from that. This pet is kicking butt. Oh, 90%. Actually making decent money. All this coin is just from being here, so I have almost 500 plat. And that's only from, what, 2 levels? I'm sure there's better places to go. I actually took this guy out to Mistmore. I was trying to camp a certain spot by the fountain to get that +5 strength for your back, for my Shadow Knight. Excuse me, I really don't mean to cough like this. But I didn't know, because I never put it to the test, that there are mobs, like there's vampire mobs in there that can see through your invisibility. And even if they're green, I did have a greenie, they'll actually cause all the other mobs, the regular mobs that are not undead, to come after you as well. So I had that. This is even before they touched me, so it's the aggro, not getting hit by them or being physically attacked by them yet. So is the aggro event would draw all the regular mobs up to you too. I had it happen a couple times. I literally made it out with like, it was close. Like they were chasing after me all the way to the end. I didn't have my train button up. I assumed that the castle entrance puller, he was a monk. I assumed he feigned death. I was running, I'm cursing. Yeah, I didn't have a train. If I had stopped to write out train, you can also do it when you're running, but when you're... Actually, I was stunned several times on the way out, and I hope nobody died to it. I was able to write /shout train, or OOC train, right like in the last 5 seconds before I left, so it's... What can you do? Everybody should always have a train button up. If you're just kind of exploring a new area to do something on your own, inside a dungeon, especially where there's be people on the way out, if you have to run from a train, always have a train button. It just makes perfect sense. I think I had my train button up, I don't know where I had it, and I was hitting a button next to it, and occasionally I would hit train, so it's like around level 30, I would be in like South Carolina hitting train. Happened probably like 2 or 3 times in one day until I said, that's it, I'm taking this button off. So I think that's what happened. That was over a year ago. It was probably early 2014 that happened. A little funny, but... Yeah, sometimes I get a little impatient waiting for them here. If your pet is good enough, you just can med right through the whole fight after you put the 2 dots on them. So... It's easy. It's really easy. This pet is a lot better. Caberer. Of course, I'm also was getting enough before I ran off to pick my son up earlier. I had like this all filled out with ring mail. You can fill out some newbie in the zone. There's a few newbie dwarves. Level 5 paladin. Cayman. 5 monk. Obviously not good for him. No, I actually enjoy this when I can go and check out other things while I'm waiting. Obviously can't do that while I'm making a video, but... Ooh, just made homemade pizza earlier before I came down. It's okay. It's not bad. Actually, I think it's better than the frozen pizza we usually buy. Homemade pizza where you buy the crust and you get all the ingredients. No, I don't make the dough. I actually worked at Pizza... No, not Pizza Hut. Little Caesars. Jeez, it would have been a while ago. Probably... Oh, it would have been while I was playing this game. It would have been the Christmas of '99. Actually, yeah. I was playing this game back then. I just did it to make extra money. I was going to university, and I was had a part-time job as a lab monitor at the same time. It was a lot of stuff going on at once, but yeah, I just did it to make some extra money. I'm not sure how long I worked for. It may have been a month, so it kind of went past just for Christmas, but learned how to roll the dough, and I don't think we made it from scratch. I'm not sure how the dough came. I honestly don't remember. Excuse me. But yeah, I'd rather buy the dough. I'm not that much of a chef. It's not bad. It's like what do you call those type of pizzas? Oven brick, whatever it is. The crust, I mean. So yeah, it turned out okay. I'm okay with it. I am basically the cook at home. Though I have an injury to my spine, it does actually hurt once in a while. There'll be times when I'm drinking alcohol while making dinner, especially if I have to chop up a lot of vegetables, because I kind of have to. I have flat feet at the same time, so with the injury to my spine, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to try to get good posture while I'm cutting up everything. So yeah. I think a chiropractor can really help me, and it will also help with making my videos no more getting sick like I've been. This guy is actually pretty tough, so Instill is worn off. It didn't update the graphics of him running towards me. You know, if he's less than 30%, I just will stand here, because once he hits 20, and if he's already slowed, he really can't do that much to me. The pet will take him down. One more hit. There we go, he's running. And I have nothing to worry here with him running and getting other mobs after me. This area over here, gnomes are in there, and they're actually pretty dangerous because I remember trying to solo them on the wiki. There's a soloing guide, and it says to do when these. I don't know why it doesn't say anything about doing these dwarves here, but it says to go after this one gnome inside the hut. And before I was even able to open the door, I had 2 gnomes on me. So yeah, that's just. I wouldn't recommend going over there. Forget what the wiki says. I don't know, maybe if you're some kind of tougher class, like a Shadow Knight might be able to do that better, but Shaman, not so much. Cloth-wearing Wizard or whomever really would not recommend that. I think it's also a good spot for Necromancers and Magicians, but I'm sure Wizards could also get away with attacking these guys. I think they're around level 35, are they? Yeah, so, I mean, they're 35, I can get them one-on-one. I know the guards in Neriak in the inside, in the front entrance, foreign quarter, right when you go in. There's 3 in total. 1 wanders back and forth. You'll have to deal with 2 at a time, and it may not, because I'm hardly getting any resist now, but at 42, it's just a hell no, this is not going to work. So chasing me out of there. I'm sure I said that before in a previous video, but I think at 44 I should be able to do it. There'll be a bit of a downtime. I don't know how long till the next spawn for those guards, but I was actually wanting to test it out. So I do want to go to City of Mist. I really do. My wife actually is working tomorrow. She's going to be working over the Double XP weekend, which makes it hard. So I couldn't make videos yesterday or the day before at all this week. So really, this is the only day I could do this. I wanted to do a more involved one, like grouping, but it's this or nothing, guys. So I'm going to try to get Sarkis into City of Mist for the next video. We'll see how that works out. And still. So 91%. Whoa. I don't know, did that last guy even give me any XP? I guess maybe he did. Come on. Okay, going now. I should throw quickness on him again. Yeah, that would be a hilarious server, that permadeath PvP server. I could see it being frustrating. You get to like level 20 and then you're dead. I don't know if I would do too well on that server, even on a good day with all the free time in the world. Yeah, I don't know how I'd take to it, because it mass frustration. It'd be best if you went in there with like several people from your guild and worked together, I would think, and I'm sure that some people are planning on doing that. But it's not the same as the blue server, so I think people on the red server would be better positioned for that, better able to deal with it, because they know the ins and outs of the PvP in the game. However, still the permanent death thing, even for those guys, that's not something that I've never even heard of that in any any MMO game before. So I'm sure it's been done, but I've just never heard of it. Start running, boy. There we go. Thar Kalgand. I think there's somebody camping. Who was it? I want to know if anybody's camping the guards. Someone killing guards outside docks. No. Somebody said some lizard. I'm camping 2 named ones by water, not guards. Kill the witnesses too, I see. So yeah, I don't know who's in this building, but I've never had anybody come out, because some NPCs, they do, obviously they can see through doors and walls, so don't get too close to the I know somebody told me that they can't, But I know for a fact they can, at least with Classic. It used to happen to me all the time. I'd go out into the Karanas and some hill giant. You'd think you'd be safe inside of a barn, but a hill giant would come and just destroy you from the outside. But then again, there's 10 levels of expansion with this Cunark Velius, and the list just keeps going on. So that's the engine, the original engine that EQ Titanium runs on. So I am not sure exactly what changes they're doing, or what changes were done to the actual mechanics of the game. So it very well might be true that they couldn't buy it with EQ Titanium. But since they're trying to make everything the way it was, if they ever make it so you have to have the original interface, I don't think I could play this game. It would just be too much. Yeah, it's like Classic, but nobody liked staring at their spellbook till level 35. And you'd have to be watching down here if you're gonna med. So I'd have my spellbook covering the entire screen except for the chat area. And I don't think you can have two windows. It would just be one window. So you'd have to wait to see if the thing was, if your instill or root, whatever, is broken, and then you'd stand up. So you'd be staring down here at the chat, and you couldn't take your eyes off the damn thing. Yeah, I don't think I would appreciate that. But then this again, the Sarkis is 43. He doesn't have to deal with, because that the rule was once you hit 35, you don't have to stare at your spellbook anymore. So it's cool. You get a it's cool because if you have to stare at it, then it feels like you actually have gotten somewhere. But my gosh, I can't see people. No, I just don't see it happening. I think a lot of people will be complaining. I think what they should do, if they plan on doing that, they should have it so you can go like a hardcore classic mode, as opposed to this, like with the user interface and everything. I'm pretty sure a few people would go hardcore. Pretty damn sure. So bit by bit, they are trying to take the game back to the way it was. There's no more timers on your spells for how long your buffs are going to last. There's no more color with your target. There's no more light blue anymore. Throw chloroplast on myself. Hit this guy up. Okay, go get him, Kabar. I had somebody throw on Clarity 2 on me earlier today. That really helped, actually. I think it was Clarity 2. I'm pretty sure it said Clarity 2 on it. It was Clarity. But I was almost like the end of every fight. I was like at 100 mana, 100 hit points. Excuse me. Yeah, I get a lot of people that come into the zone and ask for a cell. I'm not leaving the docks to go all the way to the... A lot of them are coming from... not Caladan, Greater Fae. I'm not running out there, leaving my camping spot just to sow somebody. This is actually a really well-liked area. I had somebody come in earlier asking, or not asking, but what did he say? He just wanted to give hugs to a fellow dwarf-eating shaman. That was funny. It turns out he was an ogre shaman. Eat them dwarves. And we got into a little conversation about how a lot more muscle on them than opposed to say the pudgy gnomes who are more fat than muscle. I don't know. I would think more halflings would be more like that, pudgy. Tend to eat a lot, don't they? If they're anything like hobbits, then yeah. So yeah, I'm almost running out of bag space. About every 10 of these guys, they drop fine steel, so it's worth I can sell it for 6 plat, actually, when I throw on Glamour to improve my charisma with the druid at the circle here. But none came. So I guess I just work on, it's going to take weight up now. I'll do it till I'm good. Susie's here. You don't have to tip me. No tip required. It's really nothing off my back. You can't tip if I'm casting spells. Oh, what the heck? I thought you couldn't. You're too distracted to cast a spell. Tell Tyrone. Thanks. Oh, that's not how you spell his name. It's actually kind of a neat name. Tyrone. I wonder how this dwarf over there died. Oh, he died like 6 days ago. What the heck did he do? Try to pickpocket? It looks. Is he kind of looks like a rogue? Yeah. Yeah, he does. Like that's a mithril plate. That's what I have for Yeah, he's got the weapons. Yeah, that was a rogue. So he may have tried to pickpocket somebody. I don't know why I see that so often. I've never tried that in my rogue. Is that a total newbie thing, or is it possible to get good money pickpocketing just NPCs? I would never try it on a red, because if it fails, you're kind of screwed. That's like in any bank. There's usually a body or two. I'm not sure why people do that. After seeing that for like... When did I make my rogue? Probably 2014, I think, at some point. Yeah. I swear I would never be one of those people that leaves their rogue bodies in the bank. The only time I do it is when I'm in combat with somebody. I don't just randomly try to go around pick every mob's pockets. It's interesting. I haven't tried that before. Wouldn't want to try losing the experience from getting murdered. But, you know, people do it. I can understand in Kelton why there'd be dead bodies, like, from people falling. And you do see that once in a while. See people running so fast, like, they miss the what's it called, the bridge? Not the bridge, the lift. Yeah. And they fall off the top and you're at the bottom and just somebody falls to their death right next to you. That's what happened to my very first character. Fell off the Kelton. Lost my starting tunic. Oh, there goes my email. I thought my email was shut down. Oh well. Noobish video maker mistake. So I am going to pre-order, and I only do it from certain companies that I know I'll like their product. But I do agree that on the whole, pre-ordering is bad for everybody. And I'm kind of like one of those, it's a bit hypocritical, I understand, even though I don't follow the rules. I won't do it to any game, just games that from companies I trust. Paradox Entertainment, actually that's not true, Paradox Development Studio, not Paradox Entertainment. They hire a lot of indie, I don't know if they're indie companies, but smaller companies to make games for them. But the ones they make themselves are like Crusader Kings and Hearts of Iron. Hearts of Iron 3 was a disaster. So other than Hearts of Iron 3, they make pretty good games. A lot of them were quite buggy, but for Crusader Kings 2 came out in 2012. They're a changed company. They have a lot more staff. They have a lot more quality control. They will delay a game now. They just did it with Hearts of Iron 3. Or sorry, Hearts of Iron 4. It's coming out next year, I believe. And yeah, the games, they're really good. Like Crusader Kings 2, it's not buggy. There's a few minor bugs after 262 videos. I mean, it's not that bad. But Europa Universalis 4, same thing. No problems that I've run into. They're very smooth. They like never crash. So yeah, there's that company. I'd also trust Bethesda, even though Skyrim was not a buggy game for me. It was the mods that would tend to screw it up. But that was the most stable game I've had. The worst game I've ever had from them was Oblivion. Holy crap. You can't say it was that one system I had, because I totally upgraded my computer throughout it. Everything, all the old stuff. The only thing that was the same was the sound card and the old 17-inch CRT monitor I had at the time. That was the only thing that was the same between upgrading the computer. And it still would crash every 20 minutes on average. It was so frustrating. I just couldn't. After a few years of trying to get my computers to work, I just gave up on that game. Like, even after finishing Morrowind, like I love RPGs; they're my favorite. Finished the main campaign of Morrowind. Didn't do Blood Moon. I did the other one, Tribunal. Yeah, so didn't do Blood Moon. It's the only thing I didn't do for Morrowind. But Oblivion, for its time, was great. That opened, like, the forest and how all the plants and the trees are. No one had done that in an RPG before. It just looks so real, and they spend a lot of time trying to perfect that. But there's a lot of issues and problems. I was definitely not the only person that suffered from bugs. Though I really hate the people that have the game. They're like, what? My game never crashes. Oh, whatever. And no, it's not because I overloaded it with mods, but I don't know what the problem was exactly. It's suffer from that... I'm not sure if it's a Windows XP thing where it only has a certain amount of memory, under 4 gigs is allowed, but that game just would crash. So tired of it. I went really far into the game. I wanted to get to the end. I'm one of those guys who likes to complete everything, so it takes me hundreds of hours. I explore every little place I can, and the game just eventually crashed. So Skyrim is really stable. I'm looking forward to Fallout 4, and I'm going to pre-order that game from them. Another company I like is Firaxis. I trust them. They put out really high-quality games as well. So, typically, what was that one that they did? What didn't go very well? It wasn't really a full game. It's kind of like a half attempt. Starships? Yeah. I looked at it, if anybody knows about it, I looked at it while they're, like, what it was going to be about, and I'm like, ugh, this is not even a full game. The hell. And I think the reception was pretty bad. So hopefully they'll have learned from that. But Firaxis, it's Sid Meier. I mean, it's good company. It wasn't Sid Meier that's behind every project, or leading every project, but XCOM and Civilization, and even Beyond Civilization Beyond Earth. I think they're really high-quality games. I like them. Civilization Beyond Earth was a plain upgrade from Civ, so I agree with that, but I think the expansion, which I've also ordered, it's coming out in a week, actually. I think it's the 9th of October. Yeah, I look forward to that, too. I won't be making any videos, but I just don't have time. Time. I'm looking forward to one of these damn RPGs I'm doing on my channel to end. I think it's going to be Baldur's Gate will be the first to go. I don't know why I'm mailing him. Just because I can. It'll be the first to go because Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition, is getting an expansion, if you can believe it, after... the original Baldur's Gate came out in '98, so 17 years later, it's pretty good. Though it's not BioWare who's doing it, it's Beamdog, who's... they bought the rights to make an Enhanced Edition, I guess. It looks a little better, but I guess... I'm just used to playing Baldur's Gate 2. You can get mods that port Baldur's Gate 1 into it, like Baldur's Gate Trilogy. And I used to playing that for like the last 5 years until I bought the Enhanced Edition, and I just play that. It looks about the same, just maybe a little bit better than the modded version of the first one. But like the characters in Baldur's Gate 2, as opposed, like the sizes of them probably about half the size. So you can see more, and they just look clear. Like, they were a lot bigger in the first Baldur's Gate game. So, I mean, people had smaller monitors and less resolution. So, the characters would be pretty damn huge if I went back in time to when I originally had, when I originally bought the game. Back when I had my, was it a 13-inch monitor, CRT monitor that I bought in '94 with my first computer. Of my own, from working at McDonald's. Bought my first computer. 486, yeah. Was it Windows 95 came out like a year later, so it didn't. That was a big thing back in the day. I remember going to the local computer store. There was Future Shop where I lived, but there was no Best Buy. I don't know when Best Buy came out, but I remember there was like a reporter in the computer store for the radio talking about Windows 95. There's some big, I don't know. I guess it's a big improvement over Windows 3. Whatever 4. Whatever. I don't even remember what was out back then. Go get them. But I remember being there and the reporter, and I don't think that there was a camera. This is a little funny. She kept on saying, if I remember right, yeah, because they were trying to bring people down to the store, and she would be, I guess, during the breaks between the songs, whatever station she was doing or working for, trying to bring people down to buy Windows 95 is a big, I don't know what it was. Way to bring in business, I suppose. Heck, it's great for the store, but it wasn't that busy, I guess. I remember there was a few people in there. It wasn't like packed. It was a little busy. Yeah, I can. If you put that original monitor next to this monitor, it would just be like, oh my god, I can't believe I used to play in that. 13-inch CRT. I have a 20. Actually, it's 21.9. So I'm just gonna call it 22-inch monitor. And now this is getting small. People have like 26 inches. Jeez, it's like almost as big as the TV behind me. We have an old CRT TV down here. Tube TV. That's what I mean. Old tube TV down here, and I think it's 27-inch. And upstairs we have our 46-inch flat screen smart TV or whatever the hell it is from Samsung. And that's getting small. I went to Sony to bring back my my Blu-ray. I think it overheated and it just died on. It would play everything. It would play DVDs, but not Blu-ray anymore. This was early last year. I took it in. They had it for about a month and a half, and I only had to pay like half price for something. It normally would be like, what was it, like $150, and I only had to pay like $75. I'm like, damn, I'll do it, because our Blu-ray player had failed for like a whole year. We couldn't play any Blu-rays throughout all of 2013. So took it in. They had 96-inch flat screen TV. I think the cost was like $16,000. I'm like, geez, I didn't even know something like this existed. It was just huge. So yeah, I think my mom has a 26-inch. I can't believe that they're getting that big. But I remember back, that TV, the 13-inch monitor I had, the CRT, that was starting to fail on me. And so was his pet, by the way. I think I need to give him a quick... Too much talking here. Oh, yeah, he's going after my pet because my pet's low on hit points. Back, 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 back. He's done that before. I actually lost a pet earlier from that. Well, I'm going to hit this guy up with Venom of the Snake. That'll kill him on its own. Somebody's asking for a sew. Available near GF entrance. I just throw out docks. Well, I'm not running to you. That seems to happen about every hour or so. But yeah, I took it in for repairs, the 13-inch monitor. It was probably about 98 when that happened. The thing was, it kept getting darker and darker. To the point you couldn't really see what's going on. So, Took it in for repairs, and the guys, I said to the guy, yeah, I've had it for 4 years. And he's like, oh, wow. What the heck did he say? He said something like, they're making them better these days because they didn't used to last this long. I'm like, geez, 4 years? I had this monitor, it's a Samsung as well. I've had it since January of 2008. It's been 7 years and not one problem with it. So I'd say that they are getting better. But 4 years, if you're telling me that monitors were worse than that in the 80s and early 90s, that's pretty awful. And he's gonna go down. Go down quick. There we go. Oh, ringmail coat. So take his axe too. Now I'm gonna be over encumbered. I think at this point I don't take any more. It's getting kind of heavy. This traveler's pack is 25% weight reduction, and I think it is 20%. It's full, so you sit and rest there. Yeah, I like this channel. This guy does a lot of old RPGs. It's not just RPGs. He focuses. That's his main. It's Matt Barton. That's his main. I believe that's what he likes the most is RPGs, and he does all the way up to the very first RPG. I read an article from him. It was like a 3-parter. I already talked about this, but from all the way from first RPG up to, I think it was about 2006, 2007. So that's when he put it out. Not bad. He actually doesn't consider MMOs RPGs. Really not, because I mean, I honestly have to say this. I find it, for role-playing, MMOs can be the best actual role-playing experience you can have on a computer, at least. I don't LARP. I don't plan to. I actually used to play D&D with a guy who did. He was actually from the States, him and his wife. And I'm doing the wrong thing. They were the head of some, I don't know, some big LARPing group. Oh my god, I can't believe that they did that. But yeah, they weren't geeky people at all. So he was actually kind of cool. But he said that's where he met his wife, right? So, but honestly, I cannot imagine going to a LARPing, whatever you call it, convention, in order to meet chicks. It's just no. Although, I mean, if you're a confident guy, you would probably have an edge over everybody else, or most people there. I would think anyways, but then again, to even LARP, I would think you would have to be pretty confident. Because I could... I don't think I could do that. Not as an adult. The only time I've ever come close to something like that was when I was a little kid and we're playing whatever it was under the age of 10. So no, LARPing, don't think so. But what I mean by... he is... Go get him. Oh, he's gonna go down good. Best role-playing experience, I find you can find that on a computer MMO. Because you get a guild of like-minded people, and you're all into the same thing. You obviously have your lore that you try to abide by. And he's so available near GF entrance. Whoa. Whoa. Skeleton tower near the bandits? I don't know about that stuff. Oops. Yeah, I find that I had a really rich role-playing experience in doing that with people when they're committed. And best thing you can do is on a MMO. But it's not always easy to find a dedicated RP role-playing guild. And on top of that, I'm not talking about P99. I haven't really bothered looking for that here. I don't have the time. It takes dedication and time. This is before my son was born, so it's not like I was able to do it afterwards. It takes dedication and time in the MMO to be able to do that. And, yeah. Best I've ever had in, let's see, what game was it? Warhammer Online, and a little bit with the Old Republic. Not too much. But at this point, I'm probably going to have to wait till I'm 60 by the time I can go back and do stuff like that now. Just don't have time. You can keep this axe. I'll give it to Kabar. You want an axe? You can have the axe. Two-headed axe. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't think it does anything for him. It's not holding it. It'd be funny if you had it in his teeth. And I do have to stop canning. I cannibalize without even thinking of it. Can never have enough mana. I don't know when the last time. Probably was the one before this last I gave him quickness, but it's good. Donating for port to Misty Thicket. Is there new ports for Velius? New porting places? I've never heard of anybody asking for Misty Thicket. I heard somebody saying they were looking for a port to over there. Before making this video, I was planning to look up what druids and wizards get. Be interesting. I really think that every place, like Feriona Vide over there, and a place near Kabbalah should have a means, like some kind of way to port by there. Be great if I can port right to, or really close to Cab. Various. Okay, so all my pet buffs are going. I'm sitting at 97%, so 3 more. Not nimble. Of course, all these buffs will help him in the end, but I don't want to spend the time doing it. Kabarar. Next guy should be up soon. There he is. Okay, let's get rid of these and get back on them. There really isn't that much of a wait between the spawns, so... Okay, get in there. Yeah, I kind of do have to do this now that I don't know timers anymore for everything. I just have no idea. Of course, I wouldn't have information on... I wouldn't know when my pets' buffs are going to wear off, but... Without this, I would just have absolutely no idea. Because I have to go look up how long I get the buff for anymore. Dallaport, very good group. I always use them. Don't forget all dial for your travel needs. So there's a hey man, love the videos. Thanks for making them. You're welcome. There's another fellow making videos. He has, last I looked earlier today, he has 44 subscribers making videos for this game, Project 1999 EverQuest. Brandon Childers, and he's putting out a few a week, from what I've seen, 2, 3, maybe 4 at times. At varying lengths, so check him out if you want to watch more videos on the game. Since I don't know how many people are doing, and I really think it's maybe about half a dozen people are. Super Bits and Bob is still putting him out once in a while, not that often, not like he used to. His health isn't as good as it used to be. But yeah, Brandon Childers. I've seen him, I think I saw him early last year. around New Year's, was it? Of 2014. I'll still loot them. I won't take their axes anymore. I should, if I find fine steel, I should just replace an axe with it, because it's worth a plat or two more. Excuse me. And then the other big name is a level 1 undercon. And apparently he quit making them. So, but I've heard that's the second time he's done that, so I don't know if that's permanent or not. But he has a high-level character. I think it was a Shadow Knight human. Could have been more than that. But I noticed, like, some of the devs for this game they knew him personally. So, I mean, you go look and you see some comments left by them, like Sirkin. I don't think he's a dev. He's a moderator. It was great to see the fear cutting. I like your playing videos more than the guides, personally. What other videos are there? Thanks. A lot. Like your videos more than the guides. I guess he just means like guides on the wiki. It's the only thing I can think of. Unless he means some of the old books that you can buy. Docs. It's not the same guy, is it? No, it's not. Okay, other guys up. 2 more kills. My head in the game and not forget what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I like to be a bit of an ass. I know a lot of people come in from Greater Fae. You know how many freaking druids there are in that zone? Get people from that zone to give you your sow. I'm not leaving the docks to go to the other end of the zone for some probably level 9 who all Ronalds. Okay, level 19. And who was the other guy? Level 8. Sweet. I'm sorry, man. I am here. I'm trying to level up. 2 more kills. This pet's holding on pretty good. I am not sure how long quickness lasts, and I'd have to go look at it on the wiki because I can't even put it on myself to see how long it'll last. I guess I could time it. Tree weave, that's old. It's not bad for a druid, I guess, but do they really need the strength? They're probably looking more for wisdom, but the AC is probably pretty good. If that even matters, because they like to kite, right? So, really all they really need is wisdom. Maybe some health, hit points. But they can't cannibalize like us shamans can. I don't know. I've never played a druid. And I don't want to start. I still hold on to all the angst I had for them back in Classic on the team server. And I was hoping when I read about this new server they're going to put out that it would be a team server. There were rumors, people talking about that it would be a team server. It's great idea, but the game's not set up for team servers. If it's like the Talon Zek where I used to play on, then everybody it would be all the lighties versus the darkies. That's how don't ask me how, because the dwarves can fight the elves and the humans. They can all fight each other. It's just for some reason they all went against the darkies. And the Ixar ogres, dark elves, and trolls were all in one group. So I mean, it kind of makes sense that there's 4 races in one. That The others might gang up on them, but it wasn't always permanent. At any time, especially I think the lower levels, they would go after each other. I had several times people coming after me. Once when I played an elf, and a couple times when I played a dwarf. And this is all under like level 10, I think. It's just people coming in and fooling around. It's not like you get points and can upgrade some ability or anything from killing people. Not like... or can unlock new things if they get enough points or whatever. Or buy items. It's not like Warhammer Online where realm points actually meant something. And your realm rank was indicative of how experienced and how good of gear you could have. So no, it's not like that at all. It's just... I don't know. What's the point? I honestly don't see the point of PvPing. I guess... just to show who is the biggest EP? I don't know. I guess it's a rush. I guess it's adrenaline junkies stuff. But if there's no benefit for it, and I don't mean stealing somebody's coin or taking their coin after you kill them. If you can't really use it, put it towards something. After years of playing PvP MMOs that you can, like Dark Age of Camelot and Warhammer Online, and even like WoW with their well, arenas, but I was never really good in that. But with their PvP, what do they have? The battlefields, and then in yeah, Warhammer Online, and then what was the other one? Oh, the Old Republic had their own like battlegrounds thing. It just like you could actually save up points from them and buy better gear and or abilities. So it just made it seem more worthwhile. In here, it's just basically, I don't know why. I mean, you could say it's fun, kind of raiding enemies' territory and killing them all, but I don't really see the point of it personally. Fire Kelgand, you're about to die for the 10 millionth time. I haven't been to Velius yet. I don't even know, honestly I don't even know how you get there. I guess you can get a port to there. And possibly one day I'll show it off, but I'd like to get a higher level character. Maybe a character in the 50s. But I think in your mid-30s there might be areas. Somebody told me at level... Well, when I was grouped with Terex, my Shadow Knight at 37, somebody said that there was... What did he say? Thurgadane or whatever? Was not a bad place in mid to late 30s. I honestly don't know. I don't know the zones there. The most I ever went back there in Classic, because that was shortly before it came out in December of 2000, and I think I quit in April. No, honestly, I don't remember when I quit. It was like a few months after Velius, I think, in 2001. So I only saw one area, one zone. I just remember all the snow, and there was like a big long bridge. Might have been in Dragon Bones, I don't know. And then there was like a manticore it was blue to me, and I went and killed it. It's kind of cool. I thought it was really neat. Manticores is something that they didn't have anywhere else in the game. And apparently you get faction with giants and maybe dragons. So I don't know. I'd have to read up what it says in the wiki. I'm sure Sarkis could probably go and see some of it right now if I wanted to. But I'm a lot more cautious man these days. At least in this game. I would go exploring everything back when the game originally came out. First year I played it. There we go, level 44. I thought I had to kill one more after this. Well, that means I get new spells. Looking for port to cab. Or somebody to buy me shaman spells. From Ogok or Grob or Hallis. Halla? Is it Halla? Or Hallis? I'm not sure. I don't think I ever stepped foot in there in my life, actually. No. I've seen Super Bits and Bob go through it, but no, I don't think I've ever been there. Like the halfling place. I've never been inside there. I don't think so. Anyways, I am going to see how the hell I'm going to get home. I can always take this thing. I have to come back an hour later. So this is a bit of time later. I've gone to Cabliz, bought all my spells, took the Furioni Vi. I've heard people say Furioni V. I don't know what it is. I think Vi is better. Anyways, so I got my new spells. It was a little bit of a letdown. I had forgotten what exactly I get, but there's no new dots. It's just Blizzard Blast. It's 430 damage, direct damage spell. Godzilla? You're not looking. Oh, see, other side of bridge on the bank. There is a female. Sells food. Yeah. Also, sorry, a little bit late at night. Been doing this since 11. Jesus, 8:30. Other than like an hour and a half breakup or 2 hours, making dinner and doing other things, picking up my son. All right, so yeah, so let's see. There's a new agility, new stamina, new. Is it? Yeah, there's a new speed spell, quickness, alacrity, right here. Forgot about that. So that's something good. That's okay. I don't really tend to use the DDs, but I guess I'm gonna have to more often if there's no upgrade from these for the dots. There was no new slow. That's fine. This is already, I think it's 49% up to 70% Togors. It's no wonder it's working so good. That's what it says on the wiki. You got it at 39, so I think by level 60 it's up to 70% slowdown. New pet, of course, need that. And that's basically the important one. There was like a new resist magic, new talisman, so it's going to give more hit points. Not much else, so it all helps. The primary thing, though, is the 2 dots. I was hoping that they would get an upgrade. I think I get a new Envenom Bolt or something like that. 49. So I mean, another 5 levels. Sure, no problem. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.